All right, it's 4 in the afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. I know that has been a busy week for everyone, and I hope that everyone is excited. So we're hoping to finish at 5:30 today. But please feel free to ask questions um for during or after the presentation para I know na you're really learning something from it. So, ano ba? We're already 11. So, okay na ba tayo mag-start? Are we good? Are you all settled in? Type 1 if yes sa ating chat box. Para mababasa ko yung chat box. Yun! Alright. Thank you. So, from the list ng mga nag-join, I'm seeing that there are a lot of travel agencies, and then meron din tayo from a hotel or accommodation, and meron ding freelancers. I'm just not sure kung nandito na sa atin now this afternoon yung freelancer. If you wanna talk, feel free to unmute or open also your video para makita ka din kayo while I'm presenting. Okay? So yes, this afternoon session, it's about strategic content planning for travel for 2025. Very timely to kasi uh, almost ilang days to go na lang, 'di ba? 1 month and 2 days or 3 days to go, January 1 na. And I want to help travel marketers, of course, to create in advance yung kanilang mga content pillars, yung mga strategies for them to uh, believe na hindi naman talaga stressful ang social media or ang marketing. Okay? So, yes, Erwin, I represent Tour Guides Federation and the Huda Resort. Thank you so much. Share mo rin sa kanila to after para meron din silang mali mo may mga learnings din silang makuha, diba? So, okay na ba tayo to start, guys? So, let's start na. Yung mga late, okay lang naman sila to come in later on. Pero, I'm very happy na maaga tayong lahat. And merong taga Pan Pacific, I think, si James ba? Or how do I call you? James or Ainsley?
It's Ainsley. It's okay.
Ainsley, okay, alright. Since
Yeah.
nating early bird, meron akong surprise sa'yo later. Bago matapos, ibibigay ko na kaagad yung bonus mo for being early. So, mga 3:30 pa lang, andito na si Ainsley. Anyways, so, our learning checklist. Meron tayong simple na table of contents for this afternoon na ating i-cover. So, of course, there will be a brief introduction. So, I'll set the stage for an insightful session na medyo naumpisahan na natin earlier. And then, we will explore the latest global travel trends and insights. Next would be, kailangan natin ng maraming inspiration for a 12-month content, right? So, we will discover creative ways to brainstorm travel content. And then, we will learn 5 na tips, 5 time saving tips for stress-free social media planning. So, hindi nyo kailangan i-stress masyado yung mga sarili nyo when planning for content on social. And then we would also master the art of creating unforgettable content pillars for your brand. So meaning, yung mga content na to, hopefully after nung webinar session natin, makakuha kayo ng 4 or 5 content pillars wherein doon iikot yung mga contents nyo for travel the rest of the year. And of course, lastly, I am going to share templates, proven templates na to that has been used for travel to simplify your workflow with high impact social media templates designed, of course, for travel brands. So for example, kung freelancer ka naman, and then ang travel agency ang iyong market na you help them in their social media initiatives, then magiging helpful din sa'yo ang resource na to. And of course, last portion ng webinar, siguro mga 5:15, we'll have a question and answer portion, syempre to address your inquiries or whatever it is that you need help with. I also listed lahat ng mga challenges that you've put in the registration form. So thank you for that. And of course, finally, we will have a recap so that you will leave the webinar inspired and of course ready to take action. Okay, so next slide. I have to introduce myself because I know that most of you is not familiar, but I have been working with some of the most, tawag ba doon? Senior na ba yung tawag doon? Ng mga travel and tour operators in the Philippines. So I am Mags. My full name is Magnolia Rafael Salvador. I am a consultant of travel technology and digital marketing, and my goal is to help deliver success to travel businesses. And I focus on digital transformation, like helping companies such as yours on travel technology, online presence, optimization, and data analytics. And I have over 2 decades of experience in travel. I've also been, I'm one of the pioneers that launched an online travel site. It's called tripmoba.com way back in 2013. And I've also been in some information technology companies. So as you can see on the deck, these are some of the brands or companies that I have worked with for the past 2 decades. And what are the things that I'm passionate about? So I'm passionate about travel tech. I'm passionate about digital marketing. And I'm passionate about social media, web, and content strategy. So this afternoon, I would like to share with you some of the best practices in travel and also some of the initiatives that I also do with my clients in preparation for their content in 2025. Okay? So yun. Okay pa tayo? Well, after this one, I would like to share naman our webinar objectives. Next slide, please. So yung webinar objectives natin is just 3, okay? Para hindi masyadong mahaba. And of course, I would want you to learn in simpler terms also. Yung mga, hindi ako gagamit ng maraming marketing jargons. Alright, so first, we will discover fresh ideas to equip you with creative strategies and travel trends consistently generate a content that resonates with your target audience, okay? And then I can during the course of the presentation, there are ways to streamline your workflow. So you'd be learning practical tips and tools to save time, stay organized, and make managing social media less stressful. Promise ko yan. And then lastly, I would also help you build a winning plan, meaning when you leave the webinar, you'd have a clear, actionable content blueprint that will set your travel brand up for success all year long. Kasi yung mga templates that I'll be showing with you will really be helpful for your day-to-day task and doing marketing. Okay? So, next slide please. Meron lang tayong konting house rules. So, ang house rules natin is, or are, konti rin lang, 4 rin lang siya. Before we dive into the content, eto na yung ating house rules to ensure a smooth session. So first, be social, not noisy. So we encourage you to actively participate, but please keep your mic muted unless you want to speak. Now, you can also put comments or messages sa chat box natin. If you're medyo mahiyain to ask questions using your mic. And then, if you have questions, feel free to write them down. We'll answer them during the Q&A. Pero kung hindi na talaga kaya or kung mas relevant siyang sagutin during the presentation, then it's okay. You can unmute yourself and ask the question. And then if you run into any technical difficulties, don't panic. Just drop a message in the chat and we'll do our best to assist you as quickly as possible. Pag meron tayong mga na-miss out, so I've recorded this session, but I'm not going to share it publicly, only for those of you who would want to request for a copy para pagdating nyo, para pwede nyo rin siyang ma-share sa inyong team. If, for example, meron kayong 3 or 4 more people that's involved in doing marketing initiatives for your company. So you just send me an email and then I can send you a link for a copy of this webinar. And lastly, remember to soak it all in and share the knowledge. So share ninyo sa mga tao or sa mga travel agents na you feel would also benefit in this webinar. And spread the word and share the insights with your peers. Kasi minsan, if you learn and then you share and others learn it too, diba? Parang mas maraming taong nakakaalam, mas masaya. Okay? So, any questions for now? Since intro pa lang naman tayo, are we good? Okay pa tayo? You can do your emoticons or anything. Put 1 on the chat box if we're good, then we'll push through now with the next slide. Yep. Okay, thanks, Maricor. All right. So next slide would be, di ba ang sabi natin is, first things first, dun sa table of contents would be navigating the future. So, next slide, please. I'm going to share with you research coming from the World Travel and Tourism Council. Let's take a moment to explore how the travel and tourism truly power economic growth and development. Okay, so bago tayo pumunta dun sa content strategy, we need to understand first the environment, right? So kaya share ko lang yung statistics that came from WTTC. So according to them, by the end of 2024, travel and tourism are set to contribute 21% to our gross domestic product, or about 5.4 trillion pesos. So what does it really mean for us in the travel industry, right? So it means that there's a huge economic boost, that tourism is actually a powerhouse for the economy, driving a significant chunk of the country's economic output, diba? So very rich yung industry natin. And that also means that there's job creation everywhere. So from tour guides, diba, to hotel staff, reservation agents, travel agents, the tourism industry creates countless of jobs. We help families and communities thrive. So talagang ganun din yung importance niya. Ako, I stayed also with tourism because I love that we are both able to enjoy travel and help the economy as well. And of course, kapag mataas yung GDP contribution natin, we're also a part of infrastructure growth, meaning tourism doesn't really just bring visitors, right? So it sparks investments in infrastructures like hotels, airports, and transportation, benefiting everyone in the long run. So syempre, kada bagong hotel, bagong trabaho, and it helps the economy. So clearly, tourism isn't just about vacations. It's a vital engine for economic growth and opportunity. Diba? And aside from this, next slide, please. The report from WTTC also highlights more insights. So tourism isn't just about travel. It's a key player in boosting the economy by bringing in foreign currency. Kasi pag may foreign visitors ka, of course, they spend in the country, which helps strengthen the country's financial stability and improve the balance of payments. But that's not all. So tourism is also a powerful bridge for cultural exchange. Since marami tayong mga foreigners coming in the country, it fosters understanding and connections between people from different countries and reaching everyone involved. Now, let's take a look where our inbound tourists are coming from. This naman I got from the Department of Tourism. The top 5 countries sending visitors to the Philippines as of, I think, July 2024 are South Korea, the USA, and Japan, China, and Australia. O, diba? So if you're a marketer and you're thinking, oh, these these nationalities are coming here, pwede mo nang maisip ngayon, ano kaya ang pwede kong i-offer sa kanila as a travel package when they go to the Philippines, right? And on the flip side, Filipinos are also exploring the world. So domestic of Filipino travelers are actually also going to places such as Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, Thailand, and the UAE for their overseas adventures. So there's a balance between inbound tourists and outbound tourists as well. Right? So, ayan, this is just parang a brief overview of what the economic contribution of tourism is. And then, on the next slide, I'm going to talk about naman the digital data. And then later you'll see na we can marry the information from the World Travel and Tourism Council and the global digital data. Next slide, please. So now let's take a look at some eye-opening global digital data for 2024. As of October, this data came from Data Reportal powered by We Are Social and Meltwater. So there's 8.18 billion total global population right now. And 5.52 billion of those are actually internet users. And among the 5.52, yung 5.22 doon are active social media user. So yes, that's more than 5 billion people worldwide connecting, sharing, and engaging online. So typically, ayun yung market that we can actually tap and reach by being available and present in the online world. Now, let's check out the top 10 most used social media platforms in the world. So ito yung mga yon. So nakalist na siya dyan. And in the Philippines, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is one of the most used in our country. And here's something even more interesting. The top 10 countries with the highest time spent on social media is listed on the screen, and the Philippines occupy the fourth topmost. So, parang konting-konti na lang tayo na yung pinakamatagal sa social media, right? These numbers show just how much the world is connected, and it is exciting to think about how this digital landscape can shape our future strategies. Next slide, please. So, when crafting a travel content, understanding na yung global and local digital data helps you focus on the right audience and opportunities. So, as mentioned earlier, the numbers are really huge, diba? Globally, 5.52 billion internet users, and in the Philippines, 86.9 million. But I'd like to mention that not all of them are actually our customers. By studying these numbers, you can figure out who are your ideal travelers are, what they care about, and where they spend their time online. So for example, kung mostly Filipinos are active on social media like FB, IG, and TikTok, then your content should shine on these platforms. And if a segment loves booking trips online, then you might focus on creating travel tips, guides, or offers that they can easily find or trust. And so now that we know the size of the internet savvy population, it tells us how big the opportunity really is. And we need to make use of the right strategies and platforms in promoting our travel packages or our tour services. Okay. To summarize, so let's move on to the next slide. Here, the growth of the travel industry and the rise of digital are closely connected. So that's why I wanted to share them with you. Because as more people travel and spend time online, this creates a unique opportunity to reach them through social media. So first, ang ating key takeaways is that travel and digital growth go hand in hand. So I know we're feeling that the travel industry is thriving, especially now, with more people expected to travel in the coming year. So tayo, 2025 muna yung focus natin. At the same time, Filipinos are spending more time online, especially on social media. So it's the perfect time to connect with your audience through content. Next key takeaway is that we need to know our audience. So, as mentioned earlier, while international tourism is growing, diba? Domestic travel is also booming in the Philippines. Filipinos are most active in FB, IG, and TikTok. So, I'd like for you to think of these platforms where you can focus your efforts to engage both your local travelers and those from other countries that's planning to visit the Philippines. And then the third would be picking the right platform. Okay. Pick the right platform because the global travel market is getting more competitive. So it's important to be smart about how we reach people. Um, now, TikTok is not for everyone. So for example, meron kayong team that is very knowledgeable on how to make videos, then you go for TikTok. But other than that, pwede rin namang Facebook or Instagram at the moment for travel. And it's also good if you have all the resources to be available on the three platforms. So, okay rin naman yun. And lastly, use content to build trust. Trust is key, especially as people are eager to travel again. So as you saw earlier, di ba, parang we're nearing the 2019 levels already. So where people are more comfortable traveling right now. And social media is where people search for recommendations, reviews. So make sure na whatever content you want to share to your social media is helpful, it's authentic, and engaging, whether it's travel tips, customer stories, ganyan, or fun facts, so that they will keep on coming back to your pages or your website or your account. Okay. So, are we good? Any questions? Okay pa tayo? Can I just see a thumbs up or anything to know that you're still there? Okay, thank you. So, yeah, next slide, please. So, this one are some of the things that I also was able to read about. The enthusiasm for travel will be record high. And as you start thinking about your 2025 strategies, it's helpful to look at the emerging trends in the travel industry. So these trends will give you sense of direction where travel is heading, but ultimately the content you create should reflect your specific niche or kung ano ba talaga yung target market mo. Kunyari, ako travel agency, ang target market ko leisure, yung ibang travel agency more on corporate. So depending sa content, yun din dapat yung gagawin natin. Hindi yung porke trend to, punta na ako dyan, right? So, on the list, we can see na mga may eco-friendly travel, local immersion, nature-based destinations are gaining traction. But there's also rise in sports tourism, solo travel, and longer trips as people seek more unique experiences. While food-focused travel is also growing, yung mga Insta-driven travel trend may slow down. Dati dapat lahat Instagrammable, right? Now parang more of like immersion and yung subject matter mo really is the food or the destination. Group travel is also expected to increase and travelers are looking for more professional advice and personalized tips throughout their journey. So dito tayo papasok sa professional advice. So yes, very relevant pa rin yung mga travel agents even if there are a lot of do it yourself na mga ways of doing travel. So these trends give you ideas for what to focus on in your content. But remember, your travel business will know best what resonates with your niche and your audience. So as I mentioned earlier, hindi porke nakalista dito gagawin natin. If it's not the target market that you wanna pursue or you wanna offer to. You can use these insights to guide your 2025 strategy, but always keep the customer behavior, your loyal clients at the core when you're thinking of content that you want to share. Okay? So yes, now we're going to the second part after navigating the future, next slide, please, would come to the endless inspiration. So, ano ba yung mga endless inspiration na yan? Next slide, please. So, these are ways, creative ways, or to think of things or brainstorming ideas, diba? On how to get more inspiration when you craft your content. So first is yung customer journey mapping. We have to create a content based on different stages of the customer journey. So may familiar ba kung ano yung mga different stages ng ating customer journey? Anyone? Volunteer? Message if you'd like, kung ayaw magsalita at nahihiya. Wala. Naku, itinuro sa marketing natin to nung nung college. Anyways, ang ating customer journey, yun yung from the awareness stage. Na-remember niyo yung funnel? 'Di ba? Awareness, and then medyo magkakaroon ng mga leads, and then until finally mapunta siya dun sa customers. Okay, so anyways, may ibang training for customer journey. So, what I was saying is that yung content natin should be based on different stages of the customer journey, from dreaming of where they want to go, to booking the specific travel, to post-trip reflection, capturing all their travel needs and pain points. And of course, dapat alam din natin saan yung mga touch points. Saan ba nila tayo ma-reach out? May website ba tayo? May social media pages ba tayo? May email ba tayo? Diba? And so on and so forth. And then, yung next na brainstorming idea natin would come from user-generated content campaigns. We can encourage our followers or customers to share their travel experiences, diba? And then turn their stories into content for your platform. So if, for example, meron kayong mga clients na nag-trip, you send them like a feedback, you ask for their feedback or testimonials, you can actually make use of them. You just have to ask for their approval kung gusto nating i-publish yun sa social media natin, diba? Or whatnot. Okay, next, travel bucket list. So this one naman is a brainstorming activity wherein you curate content based on popular, unique bucket list destinations. So yung mga saan gusto puntahan ng mga tao, you normally get the feedback from your clients, like every time may mga travel trade fairs, diba? You ask your clients where they wanna go, what they wanna do in those destinations. So there, okay na content building na idea rin yung travel bucket list. And then destination challenges, 'di ba? Parang we can do a contest. You can host challenges like, for example, 7 days in Dubai, or explore Sapa, Vietnam, a country off the beaten path, yung mga ganyan na hindi normally in-offer. You can create a series of engaging content around these journeys. So, marami kang makukuhang inspirational content from challenges featuring different destinations. Okay? And then, lastly would be yung seasonal and event-based. So ito, alam nyo na to. Siyempre, pag Pasko, di ba? We're offering Christmas packages. We can also align content with holidays, festivals, and events worldwide, hindi lang sa Philippines. We can offer travel tips, packing list, destination recommendations based on the time of the year also, di ba? So I might have missed other things, but if you think, you feel, or you want to share something na naiisip mo right now where we can do brainstorming for travel content ideas, you can comment or you can share sa ating conversation. Grabe ang tahimik. Guys, okay pa tayo? We're good? Do you have your pens and papers na ano kayo, notes or something? Thank you, Maricor. Okay, inom lang water. Okay, next. Feel free to ask questions, guys, or if there's something na medyo hindi maliwanag. Next slide, please. So yung next would be yung ating streamlining our strategy. Mga time-saving tips that we can use. Okay. Next slide, please. Sorry. Okay, game. Now, let's talk about time-saving tips for stress-free social media planning. So first, yung batch content creation. Anyone familiar sa batch content creation? Question muna pala sa lahat. Can I see a raise of hands or put number 1 if marketing team ka ng travel agency ninyo or ng company ninyo? Para lang makita ko kung merong marketer dito. So we have 1, okay, si Kane, Keisha, Erwin, Kyla. So tatlo ang marketers. Christine. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 marketers, and the rest would probably be sales or decision makers, right? So, ang batch content creation is that it means we set aside time each week to create multiple posts in one go. So like for me, normally I schedule content creation ng Monday or Tuesday. This way, you'll have a content bank ready to roll without the daily stress of coming up with new ideas. Kasi, di ba, sometimes it takes time. So, kung everyday mo to gagawin, 1 hour or 2 hours yung magagamit mo. But if you already schedule it for 1 day, for the whole week, and then like 2 or 3 hours a day, you do the batching for your content, then it will be easier for you. Next is you can make use of a content calendar. So here, which I will also share with you later. You can use a content calendar. Plan your content a month ahead with the content calendar. Topics lang muna ha, not necessarily nakalagay na yung mga caption, right? This ensures everything aligns with your strategy and your deadline, so you're never scrambling the last minute. Every time na magpo-post ka, merong inputted ideas already in your content calendar. Next would be create content templates, right? So when you create content templates, you design reusable templates for your posts. So this saves time on graphics and allows you to focus on delivering great content and not just formatting. So when we say reusable templates, we also have to take care that we follow our brand guidelines. So for example, a certain brand, kunyari sa ABC Travel, ang brand colors niya is red, blue, and white. So dapat yung templates na ginagamit natin is cohesive and is always making use of those colors, diba? Para maging maganda ang ating post or content sa social media, pleasing to the eyes, diba? Aesthetic, yan. And then, ano pa ba yung time-saving tip? Pwede rin tayo mag-repurpose ng content, okay? Do not reinvent the wheel. Ibig sabihin, it doesn't necessarily mean you post it now, hindi mo na siya i-repost. Kasi, it doesn't mean that everyone, like 5.2 billion of the people, was able to see that post, okay? You can reuse high-performing content across platforms. For example, you can turn a blog post into a video, diba? Or a carousel post to maximize its impact. Pwedeng pareho yung content, pero magkaiba yung media format. Alright? Pwede rin, for example, you've written a blog on your website. Then you shorten it and summarize it and create it as a Facebook post. Tapos pwede mo siyang idagdag as a link so that when they see your Facebook post, audience clicks your link, pupunta naman siya sa website nyo to read the whole blog. So yun. Yun yung isa sa mga time saving also in creating content. And then automate posting. When you say automate posting, you make use of marketing tools to schedule your content. So tools like MetaSuite, Canva, which I'm also using now in the presentation, Metricool, Buffer or Hootsuite. Yung mga na-mention ko ng mga technology tools can actually schedule your post in advance, freeing up your time to focus on engagement and community building. Okay. Questions? None? All right. So, itong 5 tips na to is working with my clients, and it's also working for some of the freelancers and agency owners I know who handles social media for travel brands. Okay. And by following these tips, you can actually streamline your social media planning and focus on what really matters, which is connecting with your audience and selling, diba? So medyo mas may time ka na ngayon to build relationship with your clients because automated na and meron ka ng mga naka-imbak na mga content on travel from your content calendars, from your content templates, diba? So this would really be helpful for you. Okay? And then, next slide, please. Now that you already know how to save time in creating content, we're going to discuss about the building blocks of success. Next slide, please. So to make your brand unforgettable, you have to create content pillars that actually align with your core values and resonate with your audience. So depende pa rin to sa core values ng travel agency na hinahandle mo for marketing. So first, you have to know your brand and your audience. Define what your brand stands for, what your audience cares about, and you tailor your content to address their needs and interests. So kung corporate clients yung ating market, then of course yung tone and manner of how we promote our packages or our travel services will be more formal and professional. But if for example, yung yuppies naman or millennials yung crowd mo, you can create content na medyo informal, make use of Taglish, of slang, and so on and so forth. So it would really depend on your brand. And as a travel agency, you should know who you're marketing your travel products to, okay? So parang, although this is not the session for that, but you have to know what your brand is to the minds of your audience or travelers, right? And then, next would be in creating your content pillar, dapat balance yung education and inspiration. We have to mix helpful content like, for example, tips and guides with motivational stories or customer testimonials to keep your audience engaged and inspired. And yung trend really right now is it's not more on the aggressive selling na. Hindi na nag-work yung buy now, buy now, buy now for travel agents. It's more of like we need to be telling a story behind an image, behind a destination, behind a promo. We have to share behind the scenes moments, customer experiences to create emotional connections and make our content more relatable. Kasi now, people are, hindi na sila madamot. They share the post that they feel that they can relate to, diba? So, let's maybe start on doing some content that's basically nasa storytelling na yung kanyang tone. Next would be authentic and consistent. So when doing or picking your content pillar, you have to stay true to your brand's voice. You have to keep your messaging consistent across all content. Of course, for example, nag-post ka sa Facebook, it doesn't necessarily mean na yung post mo sa Facebook, i-mirror mo lang siya sa LinkedIn. Kasi medyo magkaiba yung hinahandle niyang audience, right? So medyo formal si LinkedIn. And more on kapag kay LinkedIn, ang content naman na ipopost mo doon as a brand would be your company, your milestones, your accomplishments, yan. On Facebook, pwedeng yung mga travels, mga bucket list, ganyan, and so on and so forth. So medyo different din talaga siya. And then lastly, we have to remember that by focusing on these elements, yung 5 elements na sinabi natin in creating your content pillars, you'll create a content that not only engage, but also it can and would position your brand as a go-to resource. Let me also share na huwag kayong ma-dishearten if, for example, may mga post na mababa ang engagement, diba? Because it happens. What's more important is that you're being seen online, and then your customers aren't really trying to buy at this moment. So pag nakita nila yung post mo, okay lang na nakikita nila. But they don't necessarily need to buy right now. But what we want to really happen is that when the time is right, that they are willing to buy and that they are ready to buy, yung brand nyo yung magiging top of mind because they are always seeing your posts and they can relate to your content, diba? So, yun. Pwedeng hindi sila bumili kaagad, but later on, when you've already built your loyal audience, bibili at bibili sila sa inyo. And then you'll be top of mind because they are consistently seeing your brand across all platforms. Okay, next slide would be the marketing technology tools. Ito medyo, ano ko dito, I'm so happy with technology tools because it really helps me organize the way I work. And I'm going to share with you some of the templates that is working and that can help you streamline also the processes in your office.